Good afternoon, Fort Morgan High School. I'm Braedon
And I'm Kacie Bone.
and this is Hoofbeat News. A great club that is yet to be mentioned on Hoofbeat is Chess and Board Game Club.
Braedon here took a closer look.
Chess and Board Game Club is a club that started 2 years ago. I asked a couple students that attend what they think about it.
Chess and Board Game Club is just a place where a whole bunch of people can come to hang out and have fun on Friday nights.
It's a club after school on Fridays, and we go and we play different kinds of games like Pandemic.
Beginning of this year, it's closer to the beginning of last year.
I've been attending it since the beginning of school.
Yes, because it's fun and you can meet new people if you don't already know people that are going, and you learn new games that you didn't hear about before.
Yes, definitely. It's awesome.
I've tried playing chess. I didn't do very well.
They meet every Friday in Mr. Broder's room 150. See you there.
Go check it out after school today. Braedon, for the last time, I will not be your Valentine. Lizzie took a closer look into Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is coming up and people are already preparing for this day filled with love, gifts, and lots of candy. I asked some couples what they thought about Valentine's Day. I spoke with couples Tony Swetzik and Brianna Frick and Forrest Huff and Kaylee Dermer to see what their thoughts are about Valentine's Day. Do you like Valentine's Day?
Yeah, sure. Love it. You get so much candy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I never really celebrated it.
Are you planning on getting each other gifts for Valentine's Day?
Some gifts or something. Going all out.
But how many of you really know the true history behind Valentine's Day? Many people only associate Valentine's Day with love, Cupid, candy, and presents. Here's some facts about the history behind Valentine's Day. In 3rd century Rome, a young emperor named Claudius II had built a strong army. He didn't want anything causing his men not to be entirely focused, so he banned all marriages. Because of these actions, a priest named Valentine decided to marry young couples in secret. And when Valentine's actions were discovered, Emperor Claudius had Saint Valentine ordered to the death. Make sure to check out the Valentine's Day dance, tonight from 8 to 11. The cost is $10 for couples and $7 for singles. Who's your Valentine this year?
Now you know a bit more about Valentine's Day.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Are you looking to get bigger, buffer, or stronger? Come on down to the Body Firm Fitness Center, equipped with a full floor of strength training equipment, cardio deck, tanning booth, and aerobics room. Come down to 721 East Platte Avenue to change your body, your health, and your life.
It's time for this week's
This Day in History.
In 1996, world chess champion Garry Kasparov lost his first match in a game of chess against Deep Blue, a computer. Kasparov went on to win the game with 3 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Unfortunately, a year later, he ended up losing in a rematch. Kasparov is one of the most famous chess players, being the world's youngest chess champion at the age of 22, and holding the title almost 3 times longer than any other world chess champion. Kasparov was born on April 13th in 1963 and retired from playing chess professionally in 2005. And that was this week's
This Day in History.
In our next story, Sam took a closer look into a certain part of our population that you might not know a lot about.
Over the past few years, Fort Morgan has seen an influx in the refugee population. Fort Morgan is something that is known as a secondary site for refugee relocation. I talked to Mark Ringel for an inside look at the transition refugees have to go through.
Most of our refugees come from Eastern Africa right now, mainly Somalia, but we have kids from Eritrea, Kenya, Ethiopia, Bangui. Actually, the thing that people need to understand about our community, in our school district, my last report that I did for the school board, we have kids in this district from 24 birth countries other than the United States. So for rural Colorado, that is pretty significant. Not all are refugees. We have a number of immigrants from Central America. We're from El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, South America, Australia, Germany, Russia. So we have a number of kids from all over the world. So that's exciting in terms of what you are going to see in later life in terms of being in the world economy and world marketplace. What kind of life did our refugee kids specifically have prior to them coming here? the majority, well, I'd say 99% of our families that have come here were misplaced because of wars in their own country and came here from refugee camps.
Refugees usually have to live in a refugee camp for up to 10 years before they get relocated to a permanent location. Living in a refugee camp is very difficult because most of the time people are forced to live in tents and are often mistreated. Mr. Rangel gave me a hypothetical situation that would help students understand the transition of many refugees a lot easier.
So give you an example here. War broke out in Fort Morgan. You live on the west side of town. In the middle of the night, you have to leave your home with what you have in your hands and on your back. So you move to the east side of town. The fighting continues, so you have to leave, and now you have to go to brush. And now it keeps expanding. So what you have in possession is what you left your house with in the middle of the night. So now you're going to Sterling to get away from the violence. And it continues to spread. Now you're in Nebraska. So this is what our families have lived. So in Nebraska, there's not places for you to stay, so they set up a camp for you in Nebraska. And you stay there for 8 to 10 years. Most of the refugees stay in the camp is up to 10 years. So in the hypothetical example, so now you've been in this camp in Nebraska for 10 years and they have a spot for you to get some permanent housing and some assistance in Canada. So you get put on a plane and fly to Canada and start your life over with a couple years of assistance from the government and the United Nations, and then you're on your own to survive. So most of our kids have been displaced from their home because of war and have been living in refugee camps. And if you've never seen a refugee camp, get on YouTube and look at the refugee camps in Kenya, where most of them are. And our kids that are here have experienced probably more than we will in a lifetime.
I hope that this gave you a better look at the life of a refugee.
Thanks, Sam.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Inked Out is your local tattoo shop that offers tattoos, piercing, tanning, and now has a line of Inked Out clothing and accessories. Inked Out also has MMA classes available at the Body Firm. Stop by to get information or to make your appointment today. It's located at 606 East Platte Avenue.
Hey, Braedon, did you go to the Winterfest dance last year?
No, I did not.
Interesting.
Winterfest, a time dedicated to friends, royalty, and of course, dancing. Sophomores Sarah Azimi and Shelby Bledsoe gave us the inside scoop on how the planning of the dance is going.
It's going good. We're just really, we're slow about it. We need to hurry up and get stuff done before it's time to actually do Winterfest. We're going to probably have a contest of who can make the most snowflakes. Each class is going to make snowflakes, and the best one that makes good snowflakes gets free admission.
That's for sophomores.
Yeah, for sophomores.
This year we're having
busting pride classes.
This year we're having all the sophomore classes for busting prides help us. So
whiteout.
We're gonna have black lights so that everyone's glowing. So
everyone's supposed to just wear white, and it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna have lights everywhere. Hopefully a disco ball.
I also spoke with some of FMHS's upperclassmen about their experiences with Winterfest.
My experience at Winterfest was very satisfying. I had a good time and danced with all the ladies.
I don't even know what Winterfest is.
I'm taking my woman to Winterfest. Sounds pretty good.
Oh, I'm excited. Any dances I love. Just gonna go party, have fun.
I've been to Winterfest all 3 years. And this will be my 4th year. My first 2 years of Winterfest, I went with my friends, and then last year I went with Sheldon, so I went with the date. And I think it's fun either way. You still have fun. So, Braedon, are you going to Winterfest this year?
Sorry, not gonna make it. Gotta tuck in the kids.
Make sure to attend the Winterfest dance on February 25th.
Well, hopefully you'll make it this year, Braedon.
Now it's time for the photo of the week, which was submitted by you guys.
Make sure to submit your photo to our Facebook page and check us out on Twitter at Hoofbeat News.
That's it for this week's episode. I'm Braedon Godin.
And I'm Kacie Bone.
Signing off. And cut.
No, Braedon!